In a world filled with tension and global unrest, many look to Hollywood blockbusters for a dose of escapism, optimism, and lighthearted entertainment. Unfortunately, mission impossible. The Final Reckoning, the eighth film in Tom Cruise's long running action saga, offers little of that relief. Instead, it plunges viewers into a bleak, apocalyptic narrative obsessed with the threat of nuclear annihilation and the fragile nature of civilization. While Cruise still delivers his signature stunts, fighting in his underwear and hanging off airplanes, the overall tone is grim, making this potentially the most disheartening blockbuster of the summer. The film opens with a somber voice declaring, "Truth is vanishing. War is coming," accompanied by harrowing visuals of missile launches and cities being destroyed. Gone are the witty one-liners and the classic adrenaline-pumping theme by Lalo Schifrin. Instead, the soundtrack features heavy orchestral minor chords, matching the movie's dark mood. This dramatic shift is particularly striking given that the previous entry, Dead Reckoning, was a much lighter affair. Directed by the same filmmaker, Christopher McQuarrie, Dead Reckoning combined humor, glamour, and a touch of romance, the rarest element in a Cruise movie. In contrast, The Final Reckoning is mostly set underground and beneath the ocean, making it the dullest and most somber film in the franchise to date, both visually and thematically. A significant portion of the nearly 3-hour runtime is taken up by scenes of characters sitting in shadowy rooms, whispering plot details to each other. These endless, slow-paced expositional moments are punctuated by repetitive flashbacks and flash-forwards that only highlight the film's narrative struggles. It feels as though the editors chopped up the story into small segments to mask a lack of momentum rather than to enhance storytelling. The film finally delivers one memorable action sequence. Cruise clinging to a biplane in midair, a stunt he performs himself with impressive commitment. However, this set piece feels like a rehash of previous high-flying stunts from earlier franchise entries, combining elements from helicopter and cargo plane chases. The choice of a biplane, an outdated mode of transport, suggests the filmmakers have exhausted all modern vehicles after 3 decades of movies, resorting to this vintage choice almost out of desperation. If the series continues, one can only imagine the next installment featuring penny farthings or even more antiquated vehicles. Perhaps it's fitting that The Final Reckoning is being promoted as the grand finale. Sadly, the franchise's farewell is less a triumphant crescendo and more a solemn, somewhat silly conclusion, marked by a heavy tone and a story that doesn't quite hold up under scrutiny.